everyone. Welcome to the show. It is Monday, I guess, of international break. So we'll see who joins us today in the chat. Everybody might be a little bit taking advantage of this time away from football. Um, so,
Well, why would you want away from Arsenal football right now, Gary?
well, before you say anything, welcome to the show. This is Tony. Tony, how are you doing?
I'm doing better than I was this weekend. You can hear me now. I won't touch any more buttons. I
Sure.
would use my iPad, but I'm inverted. I'm an inverted Tony. I'm not an inverted fullback, which I still think's a wing back because you're attacking from the fullback position. But it's about time for us to discuss the game, Gary.
All right, all right. Yeah, I could, I wasn't, probably, I wasn't on any shows after the game, but I did jump on a channel, Waffle TV. Abs from there let me come on and join with him, so I
Did
got
you
to chat
did
about it.
did you waffle on there, Gary?
I don't waffle, dude. I tell you what I feel. If you don't like it, that's your problem. But no, it was good to get on the show and actually get some words out on the game. Before we get started, we're gonna go into the chat and see what is going on there. Brownie has
Did,
some words for us, so we'll see how we'll see what this all means. So here we go. So he's breaking the news. He's the first one. He's a man on the street. Is the reporter from down under. Brownie has a report. Breaking news: Thomas Party has been arrested again for offenses on women. So we will see all about that. Um, we will see. You heard it here first, but I don't trust this Brownie guy. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't like. I mean, and if it's true, then he's gone in my eyes. So we'll see. I don't really have time to figure out. If it's true, then he should be gone. But we know the teams will do their diligence to figure it out.
when you're up to four women that's accusing you, you're probably doing something you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So and yeah, yeah. I don't really like talking too much about it, but we will see. Yeah, yeah. Alonzo joins us, and as an Eagles fan, he should be happy. But as a Cowboys fan, I didn't think we were going to win anyway. So have fun. I actually went to a bar, enjoyed it. I had my neighbor across the street who is an Eagles fan. We went to the bar and watched the game. There were some Eagle fans across from me. There's some Cowboys fans on the other side, next to me. Basically, Cowboys fans were like, "Yeah, we just came to enjoy a night out," and Eagles fans were looking for a win, even though my neighbor thought Eagles were struggling. I'm like, dude, stop it. This game's over. You have a lead, and whenever you're not going to relinquish it, and they didn't. So there you go. Nobody wants to talk about this game. Nobody, especially me.
Six,
It's the same.
sixteen,
It's the same
six,
crap. It's the same crap I see every game. So there's nothing much to talk about. Yeah.
16 more days, Gary, and you can eat turkey and watch your Cowboys.
Lose again? Yeah, that'd be really nice. Yep. It says two of his favorite Monday slag. So there you go. It says hello, hello.
But
Everywhere else,
Dallas isn't Dallas the game they usually have like the giant freaking like double drumstick thing.
that was the Madden, right? Remember, is it Madden or whatever? They had the like six. They had the six. They had a turkey with the six legs.
Yeah,
And I went to like the yeah. I that's not gonna happen. No cowboy's gonna get that this year. I don't even know who we play, but every team we play, I don't want to know. Actually, I really don't want to know who we're playing because it's just like that could be another loss. We're already up to five, so Brownie's saying everywhere else they're not naming him so far, and that's what happened the last time. They didn't really want to name any names. Everybody put two and two together, said it was
but
him, and then we saw what happened. So like I said, I don't, I I don't. If that's what's going on, then yeah, he needs to be gone. The team's going to do their due diligence like they always do, and I just the whole point of Arteta being his manager for me she leads me to believe that if any of that part of it's true, he's gone. Right? I mean,
Yeah, yep.
like if Arteta can't take like little the things we think are just part and parcel of being a football player, he's not going to take that. So
Nope.
yeah, yeah, Brownie might want to do that, but also Brownie comes a lot of times with some substance. So we don't like what we hear from him, but sometimes he comes right. But we'll see. We'll see.
I just wish we lived like in the UK so we could have where we're actually innocent until proven guilty. I know here in Oklahoma you can go get with jailbirds and see what everybody's been arrested for, even though they haven't been convicted yet. So
No, that's kind of strange, but yeah, yeah.
I think they have them elsewhere, but it just I mean, who wants to buy a little paper magazine that has all the
Mm,
people that's been arrested?
okay. So here we
Brownie
go.
for drunken
Okay.
disorderly behavior.
Yeah,
That
somebody who's a registered hooligan. He it's hard to take his word serious, but here we go. Big Gunner's in the house. Welcome to the show, Big Gunner. I don't know what he's trying to say here. I'm gonna buy years ago when I realized that I couldn't make it home without pissing on myself. I don't know what that means. You might have to clarify that or restate it. Mr. Tom is in the house. Oh, we probably playing the Lions. We're playing the Lions. It's done. It's done. I don't hope we're not playing the Lions. I don't think we played the Lions this year. We played them last year. So
you, you might as well just like throw you out to real lions.
yeah, no. I don't think.
I,
I'm just
they,
I'm just
they,
gonna
they, they,
I'm
they,
just gonna check it out just to see who we do play. But I don't think it's the Lions. Let's see. We play the
Lions play
Texans and
every
then we
year.
play the Commandos and then I think we play the Giants on play the Giants. So we actually might be able to get our second win and is a second might get a second win in the division. So
I hate to correct you this early on, Gary, but I would bet 99.999% that you're wrong and you did not play the Lions because the Lions always have their own game.
well, I just
Dallas
said
does.
one. I said we played them last year, so we're not playing them this year. But we actually did play them
Oh,
earlier this season, so we're not going to play them. I think we played them. We played, I think we played them last year. We played them again this year. Last year we got it. They basically helped us get a win. This year they said, nah, 47-9 spot. You guys lose. So, but yeah, we play a different set of teams this year. But we play the Giants on on Thanksgiving, so that hopefully is a win. But I don't know. Yeah, yeah. What
that's
else we got
kind of a
going on
toss
here?
up.
Yeah, no, we'll find out. Or find out. He was arrested, but he played on Sunday, so we shall see. We shall see. Brownie's going to keep going with more stuff, but I think that's more than enough. Yeah, yeah. I think if there's any kind of substance to it, he's gone. So, yeah, it's just too bad. I mean, he's been actually playing pretty well. So it's just the way it's been going for Arsenal this year. We finally get Party to play for us, and there's a slight chance he'll be gone. All right, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. Cowboys versus Giants. From the same person who told me it was Mason. Okay, I don't know anything about this, but whatever. I don't really talk about Mason Greenwood either. So I just said his name. Yuck. Yeah, you're right. The Lions are always play on Thanksgiving. They play the early game, and Dallas plays the late game. So there you go.
Dallas plays the middle game, Gary.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So here we go. Let's get into it. We went through all the chats, caught up on all the chats, and now's the time. Football game. Arsenal. Tell me how you felt going into the game. We'll get into everything else after that. But going into the game, tell me what you thought.
Very low on confidence. What wasn't expecting 3 points. I thought it was either to be a draw or a loss. We are lucky and got the 1 point. But
Yeah.
Liverpool's leaving us all in the
Hey,
dust.
whoa. Okay, all right. Get it. All right. I'll tell you how I felt going into this thing. If I've been watching this team all year, every game where we're supposed to go in there and probably struggle, we've actually come out and played much better than we expected every time. So far, they play up to their competition. Let's just say that they play down to their competition, but they play up to their competition as well. So, if going into the Etihad, nobody thought we had a chance. We played well. We could have won that. Playing against Liverpool, people thought we wouldn't have a chance. We had a chance to win that one. Um, Going to Inter, everybody thought we probably wouldn't have a chance. We gave ourselves a lot of opportunities to win, to compete in that one. And now Chelsea going into that one, they looked like they had a lot more going for themselves than we did. But once again, we had a lead. We let this one slide. So we'll get into that trend because that's the problem for me. I believe we needed to win this one to get ourselves back on track. I don't care how we did it. We needed to do it. Once we got the lead, we needed to figure out how to close out the game. And once again, we didn't. So that's the disappointing thing. And that might come back to haunt us. We've dropped 8 points already from losing positions. Those 8 points could make a difference because they're against teams that we're trying to compete pretty much. The 4 games that we lost or drew, they're all against teams in the top 5. Top 6, actually. I think 7 maybe because of Brighton is in there. So we've dropped, points against teams that are battling for positions that we want. Not good. All right. Anything else you want to say about the game going in?
I still for the last 3-4 weeks, I just keep on thinking of what Arsenal did 5 years ago, third going into the October international break, end up being in 8th place in November, and Emery goes away. That wondering if we'll see Arteta out banners or any of that. It seems like whatever he does, he gets a free pass for some reason.
Who did? Who does?
Arteta, I don't think he's criticizing her as much as he should be.
By who?
Fans, media, doesn't really matter. I don't think he gets enough. Mainly fans is just, I don't know, you have these same fans that got 2 managers sacked, and now you're believing in this project, even though you twice in a row you're ahead at Christmas and didn't win the thing.
I don't think the players that got managers sacked are the ones that got us into second place.
No, I'm just saying it's still the same locker room.
It's not the same locker room. We've gone over this, Tony. There's only 1 or 2 players left from that original roster that Arteta had when he joined.
Tierney forever.
Tierney is the only starter, I believe, that and Saka was on the bench. So there's not that many players from that original team.
And Martinelli.
Martinelli he was either injured or So I don't even think he was. I think he was injured at that time. So we'll get into a little bit more about the game and say hi to a couple people. Rosie joins us. Hello. She says, "Evening, gents. Hope you're well. Make sure everybody smashes those likes. So if you haven't already, hit the likes and subscribe, people." Yeah. Stefan joins us and welcomes Alonso the Slag in. Yeah. Mr. Thomas got 82% of his shopping done. I don't know how you get to 82%. Pretty pleased with myself. So there you go, people. If you are,
how many Derricks does Tom have out? Does he have all 6 Derricks, or has he added another Derrick?
How many Derricks does? Oh, just okay. All right. Yeah. So there you go. Rosie said, no gifts for me, please. All right. Yeah, exactly, Stefan. What did you buy us? You damn right. What did he buy us? If you're out there buying presents already, I hope mine should make it on time this year, right? None of this
It's a
got lost in the mail.
it's a free audio book.
Mm, mm. He doesn't earn 128. I don't know what that means. It's something. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, so let's get into it. So once again, Arteta.
Did Todd not tell us how many Derricks he has?
No, we'll wait for that. But Arteta, the lineup comes out. You like the lineup?
Uh, not overly impressed about it. Nothing worried too much about it, but I'm still starting Trossard. We looked better when he came on.
You're starting trust. So you didn't like the lineup, which is like our best. That is our number one lineup. That's the lineup right there. Trossard doesn't get in our number one, our starting team. So where's Trossard playing?
Two up front like we were playing.
That didn't work, Tony.
Or three across.
That doesn't work. What did you see from that two up front that you liked that got us winning games, Tony?
It worked at first.
It doesn't work when we need that. Yeah, because it was a surprise to everybody, and then eventually it whittled down to no, it's not working anymore because people figured it out very easy. Yeah. So tell me, why would you stick with something that's not working?
I just think better players.
Better than
Reeds.
If you want to play Trossard, you play him out left. You don't play him up top, and doesn't help us because then, as I've listened to enough people, you're playing two up top, then they're kind of interchanging. One's going backwards, one's going forward. You lose every time. You barely have Havertz up top as it is now. When you've got Havertz and Trossard playing in that two up top, most of the time Havertz is never up top when you need him to be. And that's what's the point of having him on the pitch if he's not going to be up top when you get into the attacking third. So I don't like I like this lineup better. I would like better pieces. I'd rather have Trossard play the left wing if you're gonna play him. I don't think there's anybody else. You know, they offer you something different, but I don't think we can get any better than that lineup. That lineup stays healthy. We have a good string of wins coming to us if they figure things out. Gabriel Martinelli is, how does he score that goal and then like miss others? I don't get it. But otherwise, I think that's a good starting 11.
You still prefer Timber on the right? I still like him better on the left.
I don't. He needs to start until Calafiori comes back. We have no choice.
We always got Zinchenko.
No, we don't have it. Okay, so now you even what you went from Trossard to Zinchenko, and you're trying to tell me that that's a good lineup. You want Zinchenko going up against Madueke.
You factually said we didn't have anybody else.
Nobody. No, to start. No, we don't have anybody else to start except for Calafiori and Moreno. That's it. It's the only players that we might start. Maybe Tomiyasu if he was healthy. But even then, he's probably dropped a level. So no, Zinchenko isn't a starter for us.
I don't even like Mourinho starting, to be honest.
I don't think they figured out how to use him. They got him doing it wasn't as if he wasn't on a Euro winning team. So, and he was, he did play lots of minutes for them. So how can they get it to work and we can't? I just feel like this whole plug and play thing Arteta does sometimes doesn't work. Sometimes players they're destined for certain positions, and that's where they should play if you're going to bring them in. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he needs to stop buying all these utility players and just play them where they're supposed to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Partey is not a right back. I don't care what universe, multiverse you go to, you're not having him start at right back.
Okay. Partey is not a right back. Yes. Yes. Yeah. 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 No, well, if you want to get the best out of him, you don't play him on the back line. That's for sure. So here we go. It's currently 0, but there will be 6. So he hasn't taken any out. So there you go. And Rosie's happy with 7 presents. I just want one big one. Yeah. Derek 2 is the best one. I don't know. Yeah.
I always wanted one of those giant bows on your brand new car.
Yeah.
Like a fucking, it's like an 8-foot bow.
You just want the bow.
Yeah.
You don't want the car. All right.
I need the vehicle, Gary.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
A Mustang is not handicap friendly.
Oh, there you go. Last the first. There you go. Good job, Mr. Tom. I haven't been feeling football lately, so there you go. Trossard and Martinelli are Fulham level at best. Well, Trossard off the bench is what we want, and he's shown he can do it. Martinelli, he gives us glimpses, but not enough to say, yes, you got your spot. Martinelli's value is starting to decrease. I think it's time to sell him. Yeah, well, yeah. He shows some glimpses. Yeah.
I remember saying that many moons ago.
Yeah, but you were saying that when he wasn't doing much. Yeah, I'm behaving like that teacher at school who you wanted to avoid in the corridor. What did I do?
You did something, Gary.
I guess so. Brownie, Big Scun, I hope you feel better, my man. You feel better. Oh, here we go. If Coventry are hiring Mr. Lampard, there you go. I don't know. This Cardiff talk. Yuck. All right. So here we go. Get into the game. Back into the game. Chris Nix joined us. Welcome to the show. And so first, we'll just get into the game. I think you can go anywhere in the game you want, I think, because it's just, I've talked about lots of different things. I was happy to have Erdegaard back in the lineup. Of course, we play much better with him there. I would have liked. He's not. I can tell he's not fully back because you've got Havertz up top on the press a lot of the game, so he's probably not either been asked to do that or he's just not ready to do that yet. So, with that in mind, I didn't think we were going to get close to 100% Erdegaard. And
the commentator said that he was leading the players on the press, telling them what to do. So.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the disappointing thing is that we keep saying that we have multiple leaders, multiple people that have led their teams. Erdegaard goes out, and we say, where is our leader? Right? Nobody stood up. Rice didn't stand up. Jorginho was never given a chance. And Saka isn't really a captain at this point. So, who is going to lead us? And I think that's evident with the way the game went. Like, I think for me, not putting Saka in a position to where he can lead, and I mean on the pitch, having him play left wing, I don't think he can really have a say, even if he was a leader. You need, when you lose Erdegaard and you don't have anybody else, and you don't want to put in Wary. I heard something today, and I thought about it myself. Why can't Saka just move more into the middle? He's one of the most secure players on the ball that we have.
And he's there like half the time. It's like him and Odegaard are both dropping back, and that's kind of helps.
I don't know about dropping back. I don't know about dropping back because if you look, how many times did they put the ball out wide to him on that right wing? So if he's dropping back, he will never be in those positions as much. But he's always there. right? So he does look. It looks like he drops back, but I think everybody's dropping back. So um, I think what this has told me is that Arteta, it's either Odegaard and Saka or it's not going to work. Because even if Saka was out and Odegaard was the only one there, tell me how it would look.
Not good, Gary.
Mm-hmm. I think we would struggle mightily if you don't. I know people think Odegaard is the leader and he's the captain for sure, but I think the way we're set up right now, we don't have an answer for Saka or Odegaard, especially. You know,
Gary, can you give me a present for Christmas?
give you a present for Christmas. I don't know. Have you been good?
Yeah, I haven't been too bad. But I was wondering if you could get me 10 new players in January.
10. We don't need 10. We don't need 10.
Come on, Gary. You say 10 all the time.
I say 10 all the time, but we don't need 10.
We need three midfielders.
Well, we're not. We're no. Why do we need 3? We don't need 3 midfielders. Like if we're healthy, why do we need 3 midfielders? Where is for me? 3 midfielders. Why?
Jorginho's not factored in. Partey's getting up there in age. Mourinho, I just don't think he's good enough. Then you have the 17-year-old, and I don't. I think we need an out and out 6. I don't think Rice is that. To me, Rice has probably been the most disappointing player this season.
Yeah, he's his levels have dropped for sure. His levels have dropped. You guys are talking milkshakes, but his levels have dropped. Yeah, 10 plays sounds crazy. I don't think, and you're saying 10 plays, and you're talking about squad players. So I don't. And Stefan once again keeps saying you talk sense, but he's talking a lot of nonsense right now. We don't need squad players. We need starters. Some starters. I think we need starters. I think we need a start on the left wing. I'll take a better striker. People say Havertz does what he's being asked to do, but I want somebody who does everything better. You know,
I want a striker that stays in which striker's spot, Gary. That's what I want.
I hear you.
When's the last time we got that?
Yep. Arteta has this thought that he needs everybody to support everybody, and I'm like, at some point, these people have to do a job. And oh, what did I just do that? Oh, I think I just did something weird. You there?
I'm here. Yeah, now I'm back.
I think I might have kicked you out. I wasn't trying to. I was trying to do something on my other computer here. And
were you trying to like kick me to my iPad where I could magically finally
no
flip it in the right orientation?
No.
What are you doing, Gray?
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I am. All right, I won't do this. I'm trying to do something. Oh, there we go. All right. Sorry.
Hi, Gary. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I just kicked you out twice for not for my mistake. My bad. My bad. Wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to do something on my other computer, and I'm screwing it up.
Did you inherit my gremlins? That's what?
No. That's just it's a computer operator error. Let's just say that. Operator error.
Blue screen of death for Gary.
No. All right. Got this now. So let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Cool. Sorry about that. I was just trying to check something out here. And this thing has died on me. All right, never mind. All right, sorry about that. I wasn't trying to do that, but I don't. I hear what you're saying about maybe 10 players, but I think you're talking about some squad players you want to improve on, and I don't want to improve. I don't. I'm not. I'm
It's
not. We're not at the point where we need squad players anymore. We need better starters in certain positions.
but we have you seen our depth, Gary? Have you seen that we have basically no selection when you go to the bench?
We have selection. I just don't think Arteta is using them correctly. So it doesn't matter. Like for me, anyways, I feel like that's what he's doing. Like I
I mean, he's really not even using them in the cups. He's still using starting half a Premier League squad, and he's the other
I
half
don't
on.
think every team goes in and says I'm just going to pull all of my starters for the cup games. I don't think everybody does that.
We used to. I
And you
liked
just
it
said you
better.
don't. Do you think our squad players are that you want to replace our squad players, and now you're saying why don't we play them in the cup games that we need to win? How
No,
does that? How does that play? How does that work?
I would be using the younger players, Gary, and a mix of the better squad players.
The better, but you said you want to replace 10 players. Most of them are squad players, Tony. You're not replacing that many starters. Partey's getting old. He's going to be gone anyways. Jorginho's getting old. He's going to be gone anyways. So they're not going to go in January. But in January, if we have a choice to bring in players that come in, we need to be trying to bring in some starters if we can, legitimate starters, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And Partey, like for me, I think we might have gone to that well too many times. He's played what pretty much every game,
Yep.
right? I mean, I think if I look at this the stats here, let's see. He has played Partey. He's played 16 matches. He started in 15. Up there with pretty much everybody. Kai Havertz, Raya, Margolis, Saliba. They've all played 15. They've all started 15 matches. He's played in more games than Saliba. He's played in more games than Raya. So, yeah, I don't know.
One of the facts they said yesterday kind of caught my attention because they said the 2 games that Saka missed in a row was the first time he's missed 2 games in a row for 4.5 seasons.
Hmm. I hear that. Yeah, they don't usually. He doesn't usually rest. But you know what? He's needed to not. To rest.
He's Granite Saka.
I don't know about that. I don't want to. He's not. He's hopefully not Granite Soccer. Hopefully he's a lot better than that. If you're comparing him to Saka, then I think that's a step down for him. He's a lot better than
No,
that. I think.
no, I was just giving him Saka's
I wouldn't put them in the same
availability.
sentence.
Nah.
I wouldn't put them in the same sentence. You kind of like you're trying to. I don't know. You're not bringing Xhaka up to the Saka level. You're bringing Saka down with that comparison. Yeah, Arsenal must be at some FFP limit, but we sold a lot of players, so I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. I feel like we should we we need to start buying some of these players. The greatest podcast ever. I think is he talking about this? Yeah, I'm evicting people back in the Big Brother. Yeah, I did it like 3 times. Ay. I didn't even know I'm hitting a key. There must be some keystroke that I'm hitting that it just does it because I don't even know what I did. I can't tell you. I couldn't repeat it. Couldn't repeat it.
Are you sure that Mr. Tom didn't take the controls and
No, Mr.
kick me
Tom.
to a curb?
No, he didn't. He's not in control here. Yeah.
Don't tell him that, Gary. He'll show up.
Yeah. And Brownie with his take here. So we'll see if he's gone. We shall see. Yeah.
I just
You see, yeah, mate. I need to settle down here first as I moved to Melbourne. Also, you moved again. You moved around, and all right. Hey, I saw Brown was on the show this weekend. He said he actually did some work. So I don't know if that's. I think that might have been the first time I've heard him say that since he's been out there. So instead of living it up, the man's actually putting in some hard work.
Yeah, he's mentioned he's been working out, tanning, doing all that stuff.
No, Tony, I said work,
I know.
like a job, like
I
you.
know, Gary.
No, but you brought up work out. Like that's not even that's not the same. Um,
That, I'm just saying that's what we've got from him since he's been here.
yeah,
Now it's evolved to work.
Yeah, no, but we're not bringing up the non-working stuff. We're bringing up the fact that he actually worked. All right, so let's get into the game because we've been rambling here. You got me waffling here, talking about nonsense. So the game, the game,
Gary, could you tell the audience that you said you don't waffle before the show?
but it's you, okay? It's you,
So,
it's you.
so what
So
about the game, Gary?
yes, well, we should have won it once again. We had to win. We were in winning position. We had many opportunities to score. Martinelli should have had a brace. Um, I can't even remember all the chances that we did have more than enough chances to take a lead. They had chances as well, but I'm more concerned about the chances that we had because we need to finish and we need to pull away once we take a lead. Martinelli had a shot, I think, that he kicked it right at the goalkeeper instead of like pick a corner, and then he goes and puts a ball right past the goalkeeper at the near post. I don't get how you can how the same person can take those two types of shots. One right at the goalkeeper,
And,
and then
and that one, the goalkeeper was dead set middle. It didn't matter which way Martinelli kicked it, hard and low, the ball
yep,
in the back of the net. But
yeah. Now I think it's once again another opportunity lost, and like I said, another game against a top a top a top team that we've dropped points to from winning position. We've dropped points from Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and Brighton. Right, top six
yeah,
teams, and we play Nottingham Forest when we come back. Another team in the top six. We need to break that string. No more. We don't take leads and not hold on to them. We hold on to all 3 points. Okay, Arteta. I mean, it should be a message, and the team should play like it. And the one way you do it, you defend well, or you extend your lead. Pick one. Either one. I don't care.
but but it's like we go to prevent defense like you do in the NFL, and we just don't hold up to the pressure of just focusing on defense. It's like we
Yeah.
still have to do our attacking bits, and we don't do that. We look so flat and off the gas every second half. It's like I don't know what Arteta tells them at halftime. I don't know what he puts in the lemonade. I mean, they just don't come out the same players. Yeah, and you see all these other teams, they come out and make changes, and usually they get a pretty early goal in the second half against us. Just,
Well, I knew once again that things would change because guess what? They made subs when they were down with the intent of trying to get back into the game. And for me, I felt like Erdegaard, yes, he played the 90, but I felt like he kind of wore down a little bit towards the end because he lost a lot of balls late in that game, and I feel like that was from fatigue, just not being match fit. And I would like to have seen, I would like to have seen
eh,
it. I would like to have seen and where he come on to spark a little bit of light, give a little bit of fire into our attack.
I don't see why Bilal can't come on for 25 or 30 minutes and help us out.
Especially with especially with with a good squad that we have there. So yeah, I think Arteta. He's dropping the ball somewhat in the sense that why is Inweri in the squad if you don't play him? And he's that young. You might as well put him on loan if you're not going to play him.
And it's kind of like all those guys that were on the team sheet last year that he didn't play any of
They
last
weren't ready. They're not Inweri ready. They're not Skelly ready. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I don't think those players were ready for the first team like Skelly has shown. Even Heaven has shown he could play games for the first team. When we play. So I kind of felt like those players that you're talking about weren't going to contribute the way we've seen these players contribute for us this season when they've been given a chance.
I just don't know why he picks for players that he isn't going to use.
Yeah, yeah. These guys have been going through a lot of like chatter about um, Big Brother. I don't know any of this. I don't know any of that stuff. Yeah.
I used to watch like the Big Brother After Dark or whatever they call that every
Hmm.
once in a while, but
Yeah.
I never got into that. Never got into that style of reality show.
Yeah. No, it looks interesting, and sometimes you wonder. Like in the beginnings when it first came out, it didn't look like people going in with a plan to how they were going to do things. They just went in there and then just did whatever, as opposed to going there with a plan, and it looks a little bit too scripted. So
I,
that's kind of my thinking on that.
I can't think of the one they have after Raw, but it was a pretty good after wrestling. It was a
Mm,
pretty decent reality series. It's like they lived in a separate place and
mm,
they would have these handles and can't remember the name of it off the
yeah,
top of my head. But
yeah, yeah. It kind of says here, and Wary would be starting at 70% of the clubs in England. 70%. So you probably mean not the big six, then, right? And even then, I think you might be. I don't know if, there's probably more. I think there's less teams, but I think he definitely would be able to contribute a lot more because they would probably give him a chance. They probably would have given him a chance. But yeah, and I think the way we've utilized him, I think like if that was Saka, he you would be doing him a disservice, especially if you saw a talented player that you have in your squad and you don't try to utilize them because he's young and all that kind of stuff. At some point, they're ready. He looks ready. He looks a little bit more poised when he comes into the games, no matter where. He's come into some games at big stadiums, right? I think he went in.
yep,
He went to the toilet bowl and he played. Came in at the end of that match, I believe. Right? If you feel like you can bring him in for a game like that, you can bring him into a home match where you have a lead or you're trying to go and get get the lead back when the other team's also trying to do the same thing. So I think we are holding him back a little bit. I think everybody says you don't want to put him in because if he has a bad game, he's gonna have a bad game. So we got to stop with this. Well, he might have no. He's probably gonna have a bad game because he's gonna get overwhelmed at some point. But that's where the coaching and the management of players comes in. They need to expect some of that. And if he gets pulled because of it, so be it. But he needs to know that it's not. It's only for the better, and he'll be back tomorrow, essentially back challenging for a spot on the squad. So I kind of feel
yeah.
like, yeah,
So just to me, it's pointless to give him like an 8 minute run out. It doesn't do anything for his confidence. It's hard to do much in that short of time.
yeah, yeah,
You have Martinelli. He's been struggling. You have Saka that's been having injuries. I mean, to me, it just I've said it with previous players. It's like they need to be coming on with 25, 30 minutes left, not 10 minutes left or
mm,
five. It's like it's weird. Like in the League Cup, Arteta actually like subs people at half or like 60 minutes into it, like a manager's supposed to.
Mm.
But I don't get why when you have 5 subs, you wait until the 83rd minute to make your first sub.
Yep. Yep.
Or that one game we were a defender down. It wasn't this year, but defender down because a red card didn't make the defensive substitution. And if he had it, we probably would end up winning that game. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what he does on subs.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you on a lot of stuff that Arteta needs to work and do a little bit better, do a lot better. I mean, he only used 3 subs in that game, and I felt like, he could have used at least one more, and that would have been in Wary to go in there and try to get the game, I mean, here's the thing: when we were up 1, right, 1-0, you look at the table, and we're sitting in 3rd, and everybody else is sitting, at least a point off off of our spot, right? Actually, no, there would be 2 points off, right?
Yep.
And we basically, not being able to close out that game, brought another 6 teams back into this. I guess 5 teams back into this thing, right? We brought 5 teams back into this thing. There's 9 teams who are either on the same points or a point off 3rd spot. And I think, Arteta doesn't look. I don't think he's looking at that and wondering like, hey, this is not necessarily a make or break, but this is a, if you're challenging for the top of the table and you're challenging for a good spot, you'd rather be challenging with just the 3 top teams in the league than another 5 also who are like, well, I'm close, I might as well try.
Yeah, it's just, I don't. It's Arteta.
Yeah, and the team needed to come in with a little bit of fire to try and get the win. I mean, they haven't won in a bit, like in the league, right? We haven't won in 3 tries going into that game. You think they would want to get a win, right?
Yeah,
we've got 2 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws in the last 4 games. I mean, 2 points in out of 12, right? Sitting 9 points back of Liverpool. If we could take some of those losses and draws and take especially that Liverpool winning position and hold on to it, right? Worst case, we're sitting 6 points behind them, right?
and probably more likely 3 to 5 points behind them. And
Yeah,
manageable.
yeah, and that's with us having leads, right, in games. So when you have leads, you need to hold on. Like I rather have draws because it's better than a loss. I'll bring up the table.
It's kind of weird. Arteta's first season, we had all those draws, but last couple of seasons, it's either win or loss. We've only had like 2 or 3 draws a season.
Yeah.
But this season's way too many draws.
Yeah. So here's the table. For Beaks Gunner is asking for it. So this is the table as it stands right now. Arsenal sitting 4th in the table. They're sitting 4th with 4 teams at 19. Another 3 teams at another 2 teams. Is it another 3 teams at 18? So 3 at 19. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 at 19. 3 at 18. So you've got 7 teams with who are challenging for the 3rd spot. That's what Arsenal did when they didn't hold on to that lead. They would have been sitting at 21 points. Everybody else sitting at 2 teams sitting 2 points back of them. And Forest and Brighton being those teams, you take that, and Chelsea sitting behind them in 6th place, right?
Yeah.
You take that. So that's what was. This is what those things. This is what was on the line. So when they talk about, you know, you need to go in there and look at the table and all of that. This is what's on the line. You had a chance to separate yourself from the teams battling for top four, and then you put yourself in a position to battle for, you know, a title. And yes, it's not lost today, but you're playing. You know, you're not necessarily playing with fire, but you're giving yourself a slim chance.
It seems like we're like racing quarter horses instead of thoroughbreds. They're good for the quarter mile, but they're not good for the entire mile.
Well, that's why you have subs, right? Well, we're not even doing that. I mean, that's why you have subs to, so especially like to close the game out. I mean, we how many times have we lost to Liverpool because we couldn't because they brought on Jota, right? Right. He has a role to play, and he did it well. We have players that can do that. We have players that potentially could do that. Um, I think that's something we need to. I think we just screwed that one up. You know, I think we screwed that up for me.
Yeah, it was a. It definitely feels like it's. It almost feels like it's 3 points dropped instead of just the two. Because it's just like we would have been in a lot more comfortable position, but instead,
And we would have went into the window with a win, right? That's the
yeah,
key thing there. Players would be sitting there either going off to Europe or whatever, knowing that they just got to win. Now you got to go try to get a win, and you know if we don't get a win, that'll be 5 straight games not getting a win in the league, and you're trying to battle. You should have been putting yourself in position to win. Like it's not desperation, but guess what? It's desperation in the sense that we need to get off, you know, as they say, get off the snide, right?
yeah.
Stop this, this is the rot that you're trying to stop, right? Yeah, I can see Brighton and Fulham dropping a few spots, but um, you know
So
what? Teams don't have to drop. You know what I mean?
did Arteta mention the international availability of players like Saka and Odegaard?
I saw that Saka and Rice are not going on international break. So
Rice needs to be out there training by himself for about 5 hours a day because
well, you know
he's
what?
looked very off.
He might need. On that note, he actually might need to rest. He might physically need to like just recharge. I kind of felt like sometimes you overplay the players. They don't work, and you say you need to play more, and it's like no. Sometimes they actually need to take a step back.
He just
So he didn't come back from Euros looking good, and he saw little things from him, and so maybe this needs to be that little Dubai bounce that we got last time. So I think that's what guys all talking TV over here, but I think that's what we need to do.
Sorry, Gary, I needed some coffee.
You needed some coffee. It's 7:30. We don't need coffee. Mm. Oh yeah, and what about that? The one. Oh no, I don't mind you guys talking about whatever you're talking about. Base Gunner is paying attention a little bit. Everybody else is enjoying themselves. That's what it's all about, having some fun. Listening to me ramble on and Tony talk, as you say, sense, which I don't hear it much. But yeah. You know what, Base Gunner, I wouldn't go in. I wouldn't say that too, because every time, like I said, unless once we go into a game that we're supposed to struggle in, and we struggle, all right, then I'll start believing. But I haven't seen it yet this season. We've stepped up. We will need to step up 2 more times Forest and Sporting both are in positions in the Premier League and in the Champions League that we want to take it. We want to move into. So we need to get those wins. We want to finish top 8 in this round of Champions League games. We want to finish. We want to move up the table, right? You get a win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't want to go straight into the knockout round.
No, I mean we do and we don't. We might need it just to get some more football on some of the legs of the players, not necessarily the starters, but just in general. But we might need to get some of these players. Like I think we need more football for them. Like you said, Arteta is not really giving enough players games, but he needs to. He needs to have confidence in other players.
I mean, why can't Jorginho play like every third game or something? I mean,
Yeah.
he's been nowhere this season.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened. Like, is he not avail? Is he actually not fit? Because that's the only thing that would make any sense. Like Arteta, what are you doing? You can rest set Partey. You can bring in. You don't. He doesn't have to play 90 minutes. I mean, those types of things. He can start games. When you're playing other teams, he should be able to bring him in and not lose anything. So no, I don't mind you guys talking. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're sorry you didn't talk about it sooner. I don't like you. So there you go.
Who,
That's how I
who
feel.
don't you like, Gary?
The wee man.
The wee man.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I still love Ray's description of him after you told him about your trip.
Mm. Colonel Ward joins us. He says, "Never focus on the problem at Arsenal, Gary. You'll never find a solution. Look beyond." What? What is that supposed to mean? Welcome to the show. What are you talking about? I just said Arteta multiple times. I said players multiple times. I mean, what more do I? Who else is there? Who else is there to blame? This
The
they,
kit,
this is a
the kit
team.
man, the physio.
Yeah, it's a total team malfunction here. There's pieces were not working all across the board. I mean, you know, all across the
Where's
board.
that? Where's the cameraman with the dirty mouth at?
Yes,
Where's he at?
Arteta. Yeah, no, Arteta has his problems, and the players have theirs. They need to be playing. They should be playing better, right? So,
Yeah. And one thing that's changed, it really hasn't been talked about much, is that our spot kicks and corner kicks have really went down. We're not getting those goals from the free kicks and the
well,
corners like we were.
yeah. No, I think I've seen like we've been changing them up. I mean, late in the game, we kicked it short. What the world was that?
I I didn't understand that at all. It's like who called that up?
Late in the game, you need you that's when you can catch them out because they've been like we've been perfect against these guys. It's all it takes is one slip up, one mistake, and then there's a goal late in a game from a header. And I don't care it's a set piece. Who cares how you score? I don't care how we score a goal. If they're all
Nope.
penalties, I'm taking them.
Don't care if their own goals. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
You know what? Rosie doesn't appreciate me calling Tom out on his height because she wants to do it. I get it. All right, but I want to join in too. Don't leave me out. Don't leave me out. I want to join in and have some fun with that too because he is Wee Man. I called him Wee Man before you did. So there you go. Okay, I
So,
don't.
so,
Oof.
so if Tom showed up against Wee Man from Jackass, who's bigger, Wee Man or Wee Tom? Wee Man Tom?
I don't. I think I've ever met Wee Man from whatever that show's called, Jackass. But yeah, I don't know. It would be a tough fight to see who's the tallest. So let's just say that. Yeah, see, look at this. Now he's talking all big and bad behind the keyboards. Talking all big and bad behind the keyboards. Wee Man shows up, and Mr. Ton, the Wee Man, you know, shrinks up. That's what I think would happen.
Performance issues.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Mm. Yeah. What else on this game? What else on this game? Anything else you want to talk about on this game?
It's just disappointing knowing you needed those 3 points and the substitutions were poor again. It just tactics. It's like how can we keep getting the leads on these games and throwing them away?
Because we have the defensive lapses. I mean, and the problems that we see all the time. Like, why is everybody retreating back? When do we come forward and put a little bit of pressure on them from the midfield? And that's where we lost it in this game. The midfield. Do you see where the midfield was when this happened? The
Yep.
midfield were in line with the back line. Why? If they were 3 or 4 feet up, that pass doesn't even make it there. Neto doesn't even get it. They're standing way on. They've retreated so far back there, either in line or behind our back line, and there's so that space in between the lines there, and Neto's able to get in there and put a shot, which it shouldn't have even been but it's just too many players in front of Raya for him to see what's going on. We made a mistake, like you that bad defense, bad defense. And that's what we're supposed to be hanging our hat on once again. And we can't lean on them anymore because they keep letting us down. They've let us down in most of those games where we've dropped points. Right? The first one, Brighton,
Yep.
we got split. We gave up the goal in the City match early when when Calafiori came out and basically it caused the defense to collapse, and then you let Harlan just pretty much race through there. All right. Who else did
Yep.
we draw? We drew that's two. We drew Liverpool. Once again, how you give uh, like nobody's either manning Salah or was it Darwin who puts the cross in? I
Yeah.
think. I mean that was bad. And then Chelsea, 4 games, 4 defensive lapses late in games when you're trying to close out a win. So I think that's bad from us. We need, they need to be better. They should be upset with themselves, and I don't know if they are, and I don't know if Arteta is holding, keeping them accountable for that.
And he's the one that keeps setting them up defensively to start off those second halves. It's like, why don't you continue with what works? Put your foot on their throat, smother them out of a game. I mean, I remember Ray when he asked us if we were to score 6 goals this season, and I was pretty adamant that no, we wouldn't score 6 goals in any game because
Well,
we don't look like it so far at all.
when you don't bring in offensive weapons, you're not going to be putting yourself in a position to win. But you know what? I think we have the talent to do it, and it's just a matter of will Arteta get them in the right positions and roles and stuff like that, so they can get that win. So I don't know. I'm not doing that either. Like for me, you're trying to win every game, and you should be trying to win every game, and you should be setting your team up to win every game. And I don't think we do that sometimes. I think we just like I don't know Arteta. They say stubborn. I say it could be naivety, right?
He's stubborn. You always hear the same thing. It's like we have this style of play. We're to play it. I might change players, but
Well, that's just, for me. That's just dumb because you can't tell me when you take Harland and KDB and Rodri out of a game that you just play the same way because it works. No, it doesn't work. No, they don't have a Rodri. You see what happens. You don't have a KDB. You see what happens. Even if you put Foden in, Foden is not KDB. It doesn't play the same. right? You take Harlan out of the game, you put in Julian Alvarez, they don't play the same. You don't play the same just because that's your style. You adjust, right? You put your players in position to succeed. You don't just play the nobody plays the same way. There's no way teams play the exact same way because they don't have clones. Nobody has clones. You can't tell me they don't.
But Arteta wants us to play like we have clones. It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
it doesn't matter who's that left back. He wants him attacking. I mean,
Yeah.
Timber a lot of times he'll still put the brakes on at the halfway line. He's like the only one that has that. I'm not going any further than this, or we're gonna
Yeah.
get in trouble.
Yeah.
And that's where we get killed because almost every time it's Gabriel on the island because the left back is nowhere to be found.
Yeah. I don't think we're losing. We haven't been losing games like that as much. Like it's a total collapse on the defense, not just in one position. Like the last game, we just gave up a goal that came right. That came up not because of Gabriel or Timber. That came up because of Declan Rice and Partey. Right. That's where that came from. Your backline's sometimes only as good as as your midfield. And when your midfield collapses below your back line for some reason, it kind of like leaves you vulnerable.
And that's why I said 10 because basically your whole midfield needs revamped. Plus,
Yeah.
with
Yeah, but
starters and
you brought up squad players. You didn't say replace Rice. You said replace Partey, but that's going to happen anyways, right? He's getting old, but you're not replacing Rice. You're not replacing Erdegaard. You know that. Just like
no, but
like you're not replacing them. So those are not places where you're going to go look for. You're not with the investment and not with what they've given you.
well, I was going with the Mourinho's and those guys that have been disappointments. Who's a bigger disappointment to you so far, Calafiori or?
I haven't seen enough of them. I don't know what you want to get out of them in the games that they've played. Calafiori offers us something different. I don't believe Marino's being played correctly. So I don't so once again, I don't think you can judge them based on what you've seen so far because they haven't been really given an opportunity. I mean, we've seen Moreno be put himself in good positions on a lot of these free kicks, right? You could easily have 3 goals by now. So I feel like he's offering us something more than what we're getting in other positions coming in. So Calafiori, I think he definitely gives us some energy there. He needs to tone it down a little bit on defense and not take any risks. But I think we have like Calafiori is a young player. Like he's young like Curio was when we brought him on, but I think he's got a lot more to offer. So I don't think he's a now player, but he's definitely a future player for us that can give us something when he comes on the pitch. So negative, I don't think there's much negatives you can say yet because we haven't seen enough.
I just it just drives me mad. It's like it's been very clear why we lost the last 2 seasons because we weren't clinical enough and we did absolutely nothing to address the depth, the wings. It's like none of that was done, and you have to have the accurate goal scorer in there, or you're gonna struggle. And you see it week in and week out. These, especially with our defense, we should just be blowing these teams out. I mean, you shouldn't even have to have the fullbacks going forward with the defense we have. That's what your midfield's for. But I don't know.
I hear what you're saying.
At this point, Gary, I'm kind of happy we got 2 weeks off because I'm a little fed up with Arsenal at the minute.
Yeah, no, it's like these drop points in the last 5 games. I don't think we've. I think it's been 5 games now, right? I don't think we've gotten a win.
Yeah.
in at least in 5 games. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Oh no, we did
for,
get a
for,
win. We got a win in there because we got a win against Preston. So, but we got a win
yeah,
against Preston. We got a win against Shakhtar. All right, like those are the 2 wins. So any team that we played that has a decent record, we've lost. So, Bournemouth not withstanding. But here we go. I didn't think BX Gunner says I didn't think Jesus and Sterling would be absolutely useless. One's a pace merchant, and the other over dribbles. I think they offer you different things, and if they're put in those positions, you can get the best out of them. When you need somebody to maybe break down a defense because you're not able to get by, Sterling comes in, right? If you can control the game, but you need somebody who's maybe going to be a little bit more aggressive on the ball. For me, you want Jesus. Like you said, he over dribbles, but he will, maybe he will eventually make that pass.
I mean, I said it last week. I'm sure I probably said it on Ray's shows too, but to me, it just looks like he's going through the motions. It's like he's not invested at all.
Yeah, supposedly I saw is I said Sterling is hasn't been acting right. Um, he's not been practicing well, and that's why he hasn't been playing.
I,
So
I'm just glad we didn't sign him because if we spent money on him, I'd be furious.
I get that. I get that. I get that. I mean I think it was the people said it was a panic buy. I don't think it was a panic buy. I just think it was a convenience buy. Like oh we needed the
It,
we needed a hole to fill on this on in the roster, and he just happened to be the right one, so at the right time.
I, I think it was okay. Let's look at Teabag. Let's look at Vieira. Vieira isn't doing good enough, so let's send him off and bring Sterling in instead. I think that's kind of probably where it stemmed from. But
Well, yes, I can see that. I don't I don't think they offered enough for us, so we needed to find if we could get a good deal elsewhere, and that's what they did. Right, they tried to find a good deal elsewhere.
yeah,
And
I think that was a problem. Is like we kept waiting to sign these players after we sold players, and we just kind of ran out of time on selling the players, so we didn't.
yeah,
For
yeah, I mean, I think that's where Arsenal made it seem I think Arsenal set themselves up that way, where teams knew that they could just drag their feet, and you know what, it hurts Arsenal more. The thing is, it hurts Arsenal, right? Why would you not want to get your players sold quicker, and so you can actually move on and and get what you need, because you needed to get a striker, you need to get another option on the wing. If you're not gonna, you need to get an option behind Erdogan. You had all those things you needed to do, and we didn't do any of that. So we didn't get a striker, we didn't get left wing, we didn't get Erdogan's replacement because we don't have it. It's pretty clear we don't have it. Trossard is not a good replacement for Erdogan. He's not.
and you have to look at even players like Smith Rowe. We don't go out and buy a replacement for him unless they're trying to say Mourinho's that replacement, which I
I don't
don't
know.
think
Like I said,
he's.
I don't know. I believe that Moreno has a place. I don't know if we're using him the right way, and I definitely don't. Yeah, he's definitely not an ESR. So he, like I said, he's won a trophy, and for Euro, I know it's not the same, but he's been part of a good squad. And when you look at that as well, as you look at the team he played for, he didn't come in with no like CV that you could say, okay, he's not a quality player. So I believe he comes in with some experience and all of that. So is Arteta using him the way he should? Probably not. I don't know exactly where he should play, but I think we're not getting the best out of him. So then that's on the coach.
It,
The coach.
it's weird. It's like year after year, it seems like our midfield keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
And that's after you sign somebody for 109 million. Just,
No. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what we're doing with that. I don't know what we're doing with that. But like I said, I think there are positions that we can fill. Left wing is the only left wing, and really that's the key spot right now. Striker for me, like a pure striker. If you're looking at Sesko, then you're looking for more of a pure striker. So, I don't think Havertz gives us that.
no, he's good in the Oliver Giroud role, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about this referee getting caught on video?
I haven't seen it.
Basically showed his bias against Liverpool, and especially Klopp. He basically called Klopp the German C word, and didn't say any nice words about Liverpool. It's supposedly it wasn't him. Then it was he said it was him, but he doesn't remember the context of it, which means, what was he drunk when he took the video, or was he like inebriated when he took it, essentially? So, but he's been suspended by the league. I think, as if people have your tin hats on, right? Wondering about what are these officials biased, or do they have something against specific teams, right?
Yep.
That's this doesn't help that cause, and I don't know if there's anything anybody can say on any referee show that would lead you to believe that. No, that's nothing to that.
I'm still in the camp that it's not prejudiced or anything. I just think it's the inept of everything. The rules aren't enforced in a uniform manner. A yellow card's a red card.
I just
Offsides.
watched 2 games Arsenal has played in the last 2 games against Chelsea and Newcastle. And in both games, I've watched a player like Joe Linton and I've watched a player like Casado be allowed to foul at will and not be, and not just one time, like multiple times, and be given nothing. And then I've seen Arsenal players be given yellow. I mean, I've seen players on the other team be given yellows as well. But I just like you said, part of that's incompetence, and who knows what the other part is. It, is it any kind of hatred or bias, to Arsenal as well, right? To Arteta, because he made
Yeah,
us things like
but
you have to. You know what? I don't care what I say about you, but if you have a job to do and you're being professional about it, you don't care what I said about you.
yesterday, if the refs were being biased, they were being biased against West London since Chelsea had 3 yellows at halftime.
They were being biased against what?
Against West London, since that's where Chelsea resides at.
I don't know what I like. I just told you, Casado didn't get a yellow. Everybody else that got yellows, it wasn't like they did not foul as much as Casado did. Everybody who got a yellow in the Newcastle game, they didn't foul as much as Joe Linton did. So I hear you, but I don't know. There's incompetence there, but it also could be some bias against Arsenal as well. Because you play Newcastle, Bruno Gramacci actually had a pretty clean game. Joe Linton, no. So, I kind of feel like, yeah, I don't think we get, I don't think we get a level playing field sometimes. Yep, we need quality players that can pull all their tools together. Yeah, if they're allowed, maybe that's another part. Are they allowed to actually use all their tools? Uh-oh, did Tony freeze on me? Oh boy. All right, it's getting to the end of the show, so maybe that is a sign. Is Jesus aggressive? He doesn't seem to be able to punch a hole in. I don't. Okay, what in the world is that? I don't know why I started reading that. All right, let's see if Tony's back in. Oh boy, oh boy, he's in, but I don't. I believe this thing is upside down. I think he's just given up on like. He said, "Gary, I'm going to go upside down. I don't like it." All right, this is how we're going to end the show. This means we're going to end it quickly because I don't like him being upside down. It makes my eyes go in different weird directions. Uh-oh. So I don't know.
I'll be a speech bubble for you, Gary.
All right, I appreciate that. Like when you're upside down, I don't know, just gets my head going in the wrong, feeling weird. So that is Tony's channel, drop kick something or other. Check him out. He does some wrestling stuff. I don't, as only Tony can. So, you guys talking about Billy Joel? I guess I don't know. So Tony, yes. Was it bias against Liverpool though? He just called a Klopp. I just said it was, dude. That's exactly what I said. So that's exactly what I said. I'm saying this stuff against Arsenal as well. Yeah. Big Gunner's got some rumor he's making up, I guess. Yeah, I kind of feel like that referee being if that truly is him, that's not a good look, and his job should be done. That's not a good look. I mean, you know what's going to happen to him, Tony? He'll get promoted. He'll get promoted to the sensitivity office of the PGMOL. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen because that seems to be the way.
It's like those guys never lose a job.
No, you can't lose a job. Just get promoted to to run a division that they should have no point doing. Yeah, yeah. I say what I said, and I said it again. Anything else you want to talk about? So we're off for 2 weeks. We played Forest. Maybe we'll talk about Forest next Monday because that'll be I think that's actually the next game coming up after this weekend. So
I think what we need to do, we really need to focus on those next two Champions League games because if we lose those, then we'll.
No, we have to really fall to get. If you're talking about top 8, I get it, but if you don't beat Forest, you're not going to go into the Forest game, I believe, feeling good about yourself. So we need to get back off this run of poor form and get a win.
I'm talking about the top 8, Gary.
Yeah, I know, but we won't get top 8 if and you know what? We can still get top 8 without beating Sporting, right? Because think about the games that we have after that. We have 9 points that we should be able to get because we play Monaco at home, we play Dynamo Zagreb at home, and then we play Girona away. Right? So say we don't win against Sporting, right?
Did we get to watch Romeo and Juliet?
I don't know what you mean.
Girona.
You're funny, man. But like I said, I think we definitely should be able to make it into the next round, playoff, a knockout round. But I think like you said, if we can beat Sporting, that will give us a good position to be in. If we can win our next 2 games and put ourselves in a good, strong position, that would give us 9 points on top of the 7 we have. I think people were saying between 15 and 18 points is what you need to make it into the top 8. So but I think Forest for me would be the starting point. Let's try to beat. We got to beat Forest. They are going to come in. We're playing at home. We shouldn't be losing at home. We've done that already once. No, have we done that this year? We haven't lost at home, right? We haven't lost at home. So
I've lost track with all these
You know,
draws and
we haven't lost
losses
at
as
home.
well.
Even though we look like we've been struggling, everything's been about our away games, right? You know, we drew to Brighton at home. We drew away to Atalanta. We drew away at City. We lost away at Bournemouth. We drew at home, right? We lost away at Newcastle. Lost away at Inter. Drew at, we're not like all these games
And,
that we're drawing and losing. We get these
and
guys back at home.
do you know how many road losses we had when we had the first road loss of this season? That was the first one of the year, the whole calendar year. We
Yeah.
had not
What? Yeah.
lost on the road, so it's weird that that's happened, especially since we rely on the corners and
Mm,
free kicks and stuff, and that usually kind of helps you get out of a
yeah.
hole on the road.
Yeah. Tyrone Mings, the guy that basically picked up Sacker and threw him to the ground, didn't get a card for that. So don't even go there with that nonsense, Brownie. So
That
yeah,
was domestic abuse, Gary.
yeah. So like you bring that up, we'll go. Nah, not even the same. Don't we got receipts for everybody. All these guys get some. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like I said, I before we even get to the sporting game, we gotta win at home against against Nottingham Forest because then we go away to Sporting after that. So yeah, and then we have an easier run of games after that. Think about this. After that Sporting game, we have a much easier run of games until probably until January. Because think about it, we play West Ham away, right? Manchester United at home, Fulham away, Monaco home, Everton home, Crystal Palace home in the cup, Crystal Palace away in the league, Ipswich Town home, Brentford and Brighton back to back away games, and then we play that team at home. Then we play Villa at home, back to back games. You know, we play we played that team
How
play that team on a Wednesday, and we play Villa on a Saturday. So we've got, games close together that, what? They're playing at home now. So we have a run of about 10 games. So, some Champions League, one cup, one domestic, one EFL cup that we should be able to win all the way till we go into after the international break because hey, guess what? We have another international break come first week of January. So
uh,
so there you go. So got a string of games. We should be able to win all of them. Sporting might be a tough one, but we need to win all of them.
you have to remember, Gary. We have a thin squad. You're gonna be playing every 2 or 3 days during the holidays, so you're gonna
Yeah.
have to save players and
Well, think
pick and
about it. Okay.
choose
So
your battles.
yeah. So here we go. So on the 18th, we play in the home cup game against Crystal Palace. On the 21st, 3 days later, we play away at Crystal Palace. All right. Then 6 days later, after Christmas, we play Ipswich Town. And then 4 days after that, we play Brentford. And then 3 days after that, we play Brighton. So yeah, we have a stretch of games, all like those games. But I'd rather be playing. I don't know about you, but I'd probably rather be playing those games than what we could be playing. Right?
Yep.
I think we played Liverpool in December last year. Right? This time we're playing Crystal Palace. So as far as cup games go, that should be something that we can live with and have a chance to. We should be able to get a win out of that. But it's almost it's 1:30. 1:30. It's 90 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes. We've probably hit the time. We're gonna get out of here. Tony, what do you want to say to the people?
Uh, s- Stay healthy. Go enjoy what you like to do. Nice time to go out and enjoy life. You don't have football to watch unless you want to watch international football, which Tony says nay to.
Mm,
Just go out, enjoy life, getting closer to the holidays. Be Thanksgiving pretty quick.
Mhm.
and then everybody can decide what they're thankful for,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
or be me and I was on the my family was on the Mayflower
Yeah. Play.
minus my ancestors that were already here.
I hear that. Brownie will play Monaco at home. I know they're not going to be an easy game, but we're playing them at home. If you can't win at home, which we have not lost at home this season. I'm not expecting us to lose that one. So yeah, it's not an easy game, but we're playing at home. It's one of the easier games that we do play because we've played Atalanta, we've played Inter. I think they're not one of the top two teams that we've played. Played PSG, right? So I feel like they're on the lower side of that bracket of games that we have, Monaco. So, there you go. They would be on the bottom half of the teams that we played because I believe Atalanta, PSG, Inter, and Sporting would be higher up on our more challenging games. Monaco would probably be the next game after that. But we played Shakhtar, Dinamo Zagreb, and General Girona. So yeah,
But
not easy, but a game we should win. That's what I
uh,
said.
I'm curious what Brownie thinks of this new format.
Mm. We'll see if he has enough time to give his say before we get out of here. But we will be getting out of here. Tony, you got a show coming up?
I might do one Thursday. I have doctor stuff all week, so I'm not quite
Mm,
sure.
okay.
But
But we're
I'll
gonna.
prob
I'll see
I'll
if Brownie gives you anything. But I guess as we're gonna head out of here, I'm just gonna say, yeah. Hopefully Arsenal rest up those. Got like I said, we got a lot of players that are not going on international break. I don't think Partey is. I don't think no Rice isn't. Saka isn't. Erdogan definitely isn't. So Gabriel Martinelli definitely isn't. Margules probably is. Of course, Saliba probably is. Ben White, of course, won't be. Timber, I don't know. He's probably not. I don't know if he's gonna go. I don't think I've heard his name as somebody who's gonna go. So probably, Kai Havertz needs to go. Maybe he get his shooting boots while he goes away. Um, so most players will be staying home.
maybe we can go to Dubai.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Brownie has to bring in putting in his last, jab at Partey. But yeah, so like I said, I think that's a more favorable run of games than what we've had. Playing Atalanta away, PSG, Inter away in a stretch of games is a lot more challenging than playing Sporting Monaco. I think so. So if you look at it like that, the levels drop, no matter whether they're good or bad. Good or bad.
I, I still think we might rue that Atlanta result there.
Anytime you drop points in a game, I mean, we didn't have a win. We didn't score. If you don't score, you don't really have a choice in the saying how this game plays out. But everybody, thanks for joining us. Tony, say bye there to the people.
Uh, Bye, everyone.
There you go. Rosie says, Steph, see you soon. Brownie says, take care. Everybody, see you soon. See you guys next time or on. Should be on Saturday, definitely. Monday, definitely. Otherwise, I don't know when I'll be on again. So we'll see you then. Everybody, have a good evening. If you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe, and we'll be back. Yeah. Oh, a couple more people saying bye bye. There you go. Good night, Mr. Tom says good night. Thanks for joining us. I think you guys had a good chat about TV shows and some movies and other nonsense that we talk about in this chat. But that's cool.
It kind of, since I was using my iPhone, I couldn't really read the comments. So I was kind of like
Yeah.
lost on where everybody was.
Well, you could have played it. Couldn't you have played it on your in
Yeah,
your
I could.
iPad?
I
Okay, so
could
you
have.
had you had options. You just didn't remember to use them, huh? Yeah.
I mean, I already have Gremlins, so.
Oh, is that what it is? All right, everybody. Tony says bye. I'm saying bye, and I like to leave you with these words. Uh,
Don't waste your trip. Go otherwise.